Okay, so first of all, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Um, my name is P. Michael Keane. Jolie Mother's.
So, tell me a bit about yourself.
My name is P. Michael Keane. I'm Jolie Muller's dad, sitting here in Brazil. Start again.
So, tell me a bit about yourself.
My name is P. Michael Keane. I'm Jolie Muller's dad. I'm an artist, musician. Learned about Christian Science also some years ago, and just enjoy connecting all these ideas of Mary Baker Eddy with a lifetime of artistic pursuits that were always spiritual in nature. And Jolie had mentioned that she is going to make a website, and I thought this would be just an amazing opportunity to tie all these things together and illustrate them in a website. So this is actually very exciting for me.
What is your first memory of being an artist?
My first memory of being an artist is when I was, I think, about 16. Bit of a troubled childhood. My father had left. My mother was out of the house trying to earn a living to support 3 kids. And like all kids, or like many kids, I got on the wrong side of some bad habits when I was a child. Hooked up with the wrong crowd, and my mom recognized that I needed a way to express myself, so I started drawing murals inside my bedroom on my walls, floor-to-ceiling murals, and they were all about my perceptions of the world and my perceptions about my own sort of frustrations with the world and about its sort of political failings, its cultural failings, its disproportionate societal imbalances, and and she let me make these drawings and paint because it kept me off the streets and gave me a way to express myself. So that was my first experience with art, just as a means to work through my own dilemmas about the world and my own situation.
Did you originally go to college to study art?
I originally went to college, actually not to study art, but I picked psychology because it just felt like psychology, and also the comparative religions, because it was just furthering this exploration of self-discovery that was crucial to me. I was still pretty lost by the time I got to college, and it seemed to me that the first place to start would be to understand the workings of the mind. And after 2 years of studying psychology, along with comparative religions, which are mostly Eastern religions, which are really interesting to me, very old religions, but after a few years of studying psychology, it occurred to me that this was more relative to this world and not actually geared towards truly understanding the mind, but more categorizing people who didn't fit in to normal society. So I quit psychology at that point, and then started studying art because it was fun and a lot of colors and like interesting people. And I felt at that time that maybe art was the place where people who rejected the status quo of just normal consumerist culture, material culture, went. I thought it was like a place to continue my spiritual quest. And I kept on that quest in the art world, pursuing it in the art world specifically for decades, until after a while it occurred to me that that wasn't quite cutting it either. While being an artist, we're all artists at some point in some manner. When we approach things with the proper spirit, you could be a cabinet maker, or you can be a fine art painter, or you can literally be a baker and just be a tremendous artist if everything you do is done with spirit, with God's spirit. So, but that took me away also, that realization, from the art world, because the more I got involved with it, the more it became a place ultimately where people were concerned with buying and selling more than speaking. But that doesn't discount all the people that can buy and still speak. But it's like swimming upstream. So.
Why did you first get involved in producing events, opening an art gallery and doing performance work?
Well, at the same time, I got, I realized that I was swimming upstream trying to pursue this more spiritual quest. I'll call it a spiritual quest. As an artist, I realized that how many other people were artists too that kind of shared the same discontent that I did, and were more concerned with what they made than, and the discourse between each other, discourse of discovery, than let's say, vying to get your name in the New York Times, and vying to be discovered and be put in, one of the big selling galleries in New York. And at that time, that's when the whole Lower East Side art scene exploded, with people like Keith Haring and Jean-Michel Basquiat, both of whom I offered their first one-man shows in my gallery that I opened just for us, not to sell art, but just for us to have a place where we could celebrate what we do and show each other's work in a public setting. And it was really exciting times. It became almost like a church involvement for me. So.
How do you see music, paintings, performance, and event productions tying together?
Well, they all tied together as part of that exploration that I was talking about, along with the shows that I was producing and the shows that also I was showing in, and the performances I was doing, and then the songs I was writing. There was always this common thread of discovery and moving towards truth, and having this world that in so many ways didn't seem to make more sense, and then involving other people with these productions just only magnified both the discovery and also the celebration of it all. So, it all became like a common gesture for me, which continues to this day, even if I'm, working with my hands, fixing something, building a piece of furniture, or writing a song, or making a painting. It's still, all the same thrust, forward and upwards. So.
Why do you want all this information on a website?
Well, you offered me this website, which is so exciting because right now, there are people that know that I make paintings. There are some people that know that I gave Keith Haring his first one-man show in my gallery. Other people that know that I have these records that I didn't produce them, that were produced both in Brazil and United States. But the information, all of them, when you tie them all together, they speak really clearly. Separately, sometimes, they're clear. Different songs speak about different important topics. But overall, this website just gives an opportunity to put everything where you can just, pop from one screen to the next and see the commonality and see the progress. And it's just really exciting to have the visuals and the music and the biography information and, and many of the other people that I've worked with just all in one place. I've never had this, and it's exciting.
Is there a certain way you would like this information represented on your website?
Well, for me, when you see most websites, it's like, again, most culture is geared towards basically selling something, and selling things isn't inherently bad, but only selling things is inherently problematic. When selling is your goal, that's a problem. When selling is part of just a natural process of surviving and prospering and sharing, that's a whole other thing. And what was the question?
How would you like it represented on your website?
And so I just figured the simple way to do it would be to have something that's a little bit less, the website be a little less like an advertising page, and more just like a simple file cabinet. Like people that were interested they look up my name, and there's a file cabinet that has, different drawers in it. Very simple, very plain. You open each drawer, and there's the information you're looking for, whether it's paintings or music or productions or or biography information, or just all there, but in just a simple, unpretentious sort of form.
What categories would you like to be included in your website?
I just told you. Did I say it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
What categories would you like represented in your website?
It'd be great to have a category for my art, obviously, for my paintings and sculptures, whatever. A category for music. I have an album in Brazil and 3 CDs in America. It'd be great to have a category just for writings, one category for biographical information, maybe one for performance, and what?
Production.
Oh, and another one for productions. You want to ask that question again?
Yeah.
Well, give me all the categories.
Art, music, writing, biography.
Yeah. And productions.
Productions.
And writings.
I said that?
Well, aren't they written down there?
No. And
Bio, art, music, performance, writings, and productions. Was that it?
there was no performance.
Okay.
Whatever it's fine. Just say those 5.
Okay.
So what categories would you like to be included in your website?
It'd be great to have, all of them. Start out with biography, just list of all the things that have occurred and the sequence they've occurred, and then a separate file cabinet for all the paintings and sculptures and visual arts I've done, one for the songs that I've written, one for the productions, the art galleries, the nightclub and performance productions I've done, and then another for writings would be, just prose and poetry and stuff that wasn't related specifically to songwriting would be just amazing.
Okay, well that's all. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
You're welcome, my daughter. Is that okay?
Yeah.